the Overly Opinionated Podcast. Recipes of fallen kings, queens, and in-betweens.
And free to God.
And stop Cop City. Be a good human. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And ring the notifications bell so you get notified when we drop new content. I got a shout out today.
What?
Shout out to Karis and Pride.
Who's that?
Mr. and Mrs. Gay. Wait. Who is that?
Yeah.
Karis? Who was on the podcast?
Oh, yeah. They got married.
They got married.
Yes, you did tell me about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to y'all.
I couldn't believe that I'm standing there getting teary-eyed at a wedding, bro.
How was it?
Insanely good.
Really?
Yeah. Insanely good.
Was it like local or you got to go travel?
It was semi-local.
Wow. Then was it incredible?
Yeah, no, that shit was incredible. It was just put together very authentically.
Was there a lot of people?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't know what a lot of people is for a wedding.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'll say this.
Was it comfortable?
No. But only because I literally only knew the bride. Like, I just knew that. I don't think it was possible for me to be. It could have been 7 people in there. I'd have been a little bit uncomfortable.
Damn.
I'll say this though. It wasn't as many people as I thought there were going to be.
That's better.
I don't know.
That's better.
It was a great time though.
Wow.
It was a great time. A lot of times when I'm at a wedding, I feel like we're going through the motions. Like we have to do this because you feel like you have to do this.
Yeah. This
one just felt like I was literally there celebrating with them.
Wow.
Like they made it very personal.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Wow.
Like the way that they both behaved, it wasn't as if they felt like they had to do this, which is it's not the same for every other wedding that I've been to.
Uh-huh.
Like where they kind of just stand up there as if like they have to put on this act. Nah, they made it theirs.
Wow, that's fire.
It was fire, bro. Congrats to them and shout out to y'all.
Yeah, no, that's dope.
Also, I don't want to give like more details than I'm at liberty to, but the venue was a place that was in use for other things simultaneously.
Okay. And
one of the staff members looked like they may not have been enjoying all these niggas being niggas. And I loved it. I fucking loved that shit, dude. I did. I loved it. I loved the idea, especially like there was a cop there at one point and it seemed like he may have been harassing somebody, but I don't know. I was too far away to know. And I was like, man, if anything crack off, like I'm in Montgomery. Like if anything crack off in here, I'm in Montgomery.
So was it long?
What?
Like the event?
Yeah.
Okay. Then one cop? Like was they called or like
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But you was ready for whatever.
Yep.
There's always.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like that. My initial thought was I might have to.
There is shares there at a wedding though. I'll tell you that.
Yes, there were. Yes, there were.
Nah, yeah. Shout out to them. That's dope, bro.
Big shout out to y'all. Big shout out to y'all. I got another shout out to lead us into our series of topics today.
What?
Shout out to chill clients.
Nah, they're underrated.
Super underrated.
Do you consider yourself a chill client?
I don't know. I don't know that I'm very often a client.
No. I'm going to say yeah. Based off how you are, I feel like we both are. Only
you tell me what it is.
Nah, listen, like if you got to do something for me, I think I'm going to be chill as fuck about it, but not let you walk all over me. And I expect the same with you. Like bad service at a food spot, you ain't gonna say too much. Like you go keep it pushing.
But isn't that you letting them walk all over you though?
Nah, it's like you value your life. Like you can just spit in my shit. Like or you can just ruin what the service I'm paying for. You. Like so I don't see that as walking all over you.
Okay,
but yeah, I would consider us chill clients. I would like to be like, this guy is easy to work for.
Yeah, me too.
I'll fuck with that.
The reason I bring it up though is because some clients are not chill.
Yeah.
And that's just hard to navigate, man.
They make you hate your job.
It's just so difficult to navigate, bro. Like I had one bloke hitting me up legit every single day for a week. Like he asked me to do something. I agreed to it. He tried to nickel and dime me on the price.
Uh-huh.
And then he hit me up every day.
Yeah, nah. That's when they say all money ain't good money.
You feel me?
Like, now I like some money, but they was talking that shit with that one.
I didn't work for bro.
Like, look, they was talking that.
I ghosted.
Look, bro, that shit. Like, no, they be on some other shit, bro.
Yeah.
And then I actually just recently had a real good client. Like, older guy. And he just normally, like, because he was black, he was also black, and then he didn't stay too far from me. He really made me feel like we was related. Like, I feel like I was just helping like a grandpa or somebody. Like, and he was just real cool. He worked side by side with you. He didn't have to do anything, and he just wanted to help. Like, he was a real solid dude. Like, I do love a good client, bro.
Yeah,
that shit goes a long way.
A chill client is really it's beautiful.
It almost doesn't feel like work for real,
right?
So yeah, I shout out to good clients, bro.
Yeah, for sure. And I think part of this leads into this series of topics because it connects to the last time I wanted to ask you what the last time you had a bad reaction was. Like you weren't happy with the way that you reacted.
Uh-huh.
And this is part of it for me. Like, one thing that I can't stand is people of significant privilege. Like, interacting with people of significant privilege. Because whenever I'm in that, I feel like I invalidate them so quickly.
Yeah. I kind of do that, but when I say, I ain't gonna say significant privilege, just like, nah, it's significant. This might sound crazy, they're white, so they're out to a great start and got money. So yeah, I invalidate them because they see the world so different than me. But I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
But it's like, the only, okay, in my case, they work in Akron with the same people I have to work with. And after all these years of working in Akron, you still have that same opinion. I think that's kind of crazy. So it's like, that's why I kind of like invalidate them, because it's like, come on, no way you still feel that way, right? Like, that just doesn't make sense to you. You got to see, like, there's a common problem here. But yeah, it's hard for me to push past that.
Yeah, me too. And I really dislike that.
Why?
Because they're just people too, man. Like, they're just working with the faculties they've been given as well.
Yeah.
And like, indoctrination is the hardest way to have something that you know be unlearned. Like, when you learn something via indoctrination, that's the hardest thing to see different. Like, you were raised to be this way.
Yeah, I never looked at it like that.
I've been having a lot of conversations with people who come from significant privilege lately.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of them end up in a, like, decision making, what do you call, asset protection type conversations. And to me, it's just like, I
have no idea about this shit.
It's not even that I have no idea. It's like, the way that y'all talk about it, y'all have no idea that there are people out there that have no idea. Like, y'all are so oblivious to the fact that people weren't born where, like, at the level you was born. Yeah.
Like, the norm to you is not the norm to me. Like,
yeah,
it's not even, that's just not an option. Like,
yeah,
that doesn't come in someone's, like, from my background's head or any of that.
Yep.
Like, some niggas don't even know what assets is. Like,
legit.
So, yeah, I get you in that, bro.
And I don't like that when we're having those conversations. I am genuinely, bro, I'm judging so negatively. Like I'm judging them so negatively, just thinking like, bro, you I don't want to say uncultured, but that's the type of thing that comes to my mind. It's like you're judging with having like almost no reference to the people you're talking about. If we weren't talking about how people make the wrong decisions, I don't think I'd have as much of a problem.
Gotcha. Yeah. I can agree with that because it's like, I don't want to say I get mad. And it's not because of like what they have. It's like, it almost seems like a flex almost. A flex without them knowing. So that's why I think I get so like defensive when that shit comes up. Cause it seems like you just flexing and there's like legit no need for that, like in this situation. And then it's like their solutions is like, they really think that's an option when that's not an option. Does that make sense? Like, and they don't see it as a non-option. And that's what I think like changes that gear from like irritation to like, we definitely have a problem. Like, now I'm getting mad. Like, that's what changes the gear for me. Like, sometimes that'd be like a real deal. People, they really think that's, it's a simple solution.
Yeah.
Just got to work. No, that's just simply not the option.
Well, it is a simple solution. It's just a lot of people don't have access to the simplicity. Like, you don't have that. Like, we can't access the solution. It's super simple for you because you have access to all of these different options. You can go down any of these paths. No.
Yeah.
That door ain't open for me.
Now, cause you said it right. It tied into like what I wanted to talk about, like with the silent racism.
Yes, sir.
And it feels so good to see like somebody from the other culture see it. Like, not just like say they see it, but actually see it. Like, you see the shock on their face. And this happened just last week. So you were aware, like, doing the business with my dog who's white. And we got business cards. Do you think I got a black name?
Yeah.
Me too.
Duh.
And so he almost like, he never finds work. If there was a percentage, I get 98% of our work. So since we got business cards, he done received 5 calls. And he can't believe that I haven't received one. Not one. We use the same type of marketing, just didn't receive a text, call, nothing. And I was like, bro, like, I have a black name. Like, it's pretty obvious. Like, he was like, that doesn't make sense. I was like, it's silent racism, bro. Like, I've been trying to explain this to you. Like, it goes on. Like, people just don't see it. Like, that's a real deal. Like, niggas really have to deal with. And for him just to be able to see it firsthand, it's like, yeah, like, it feels good, like, to be seen, I guess.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
It's so crazy. Like, those little examples that they have to go through to see instead of just hearing word from mouth, because sometimes that shit is just not enough, bro.
I know. Yeah.
It doesn't, because it doesn't sound real. Like, why wouldn't I receive a call, right?
Right.
We're on the same card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I printed these bitches up. Like,
so does it have your name and number, and then it has his name and number? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm calling Steve every time. Darian.
It's so funny because like I'm kind of used to it now.
Yeah.
And I was just laughing about it. Like, bro, that's just niggas just racist. Like, that's the answer here.
Yep.
And he just couldn't believe it.
Yep.
Like, he couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, nah. White people, I don't want to say white people really be racist, bro.
Yeah. And one of my least favorite moments on The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne, I think they had on Jordan Belfort, who is basically like the Wolf of Wall Street guy.
Okay.
The real life Wolf of Wall Street guy.
All right.
And he was talking about how he will use anything to connect with somebody that he's cold calling so that they are more likely to do business with him.
Uh-huh.
You see, it's not about black versus white, okay? It's not, or Asian or Mexican. It's not about that. It's whoever a woman calling a woman has a better shot than a man calling. It's always like versus like, because people just associate based on similarities. Now, it's so easy. You don't have to change your name. It's not that people will not do business with you. I'm talking maybe for the first few seconds, a natural inclination.
Like if we went to the same college. I know that works for me all the time. If somebody went to my college.
Oh my God, we're buddies.
And Charlemagne was basically trying to make it like a white race thing, and it is. But at the same time, Jordan was right in saying that if I called you and I knew that you went to Penn State, if I say I'm a Penn State, they Cougars, right? Penn State Cougars or something like that.
Nitty Lions,
huh?
Nitty Lions.
Yeah. So like they can say like, oh, I'm a Lion too, and it's like, well, I'm more likely to do business with somebody who went to my alma mater.
Yeah.
And Charlemagne was just completely oblivious to this, and he was like, nah, that's not true. It's like, it literally is true. Like, black people do it too. Yeah. If you are black, I'm more likely to want to do business with somebody who's like me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an unfortunate way for him to find out. But but at least he's accepting of it.
But with that example, like, I'd rather do business with my kind. Like, you're doing the same business here though. Like, this is one here. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I was like, come on, like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then also it's like, I explained to him, like, you see what's happening now. Like, what you think will happen on job applications, bro? Like, people's names are really black as fuck.
Yep.
So they just discard it. So sometimes when people don't have a job, niggas really do be looking. Like, but
yeah.
You already know what type of person it is. Why would you hire him? That's just simply how that shit go, bro. Fucking wicked.
There's a guy I think this ties in. I had a conversation with a dude who was, he's reasonably privileged, definitely a white guy, but like he is also, he's okay. Like life's been pretty kind to him.
Okay.
And we were having a conversation. First off, he disagrees that there's a such thing as a black last name. And I didn't have them loaded, but like Johnson, Shaw, Jefferson, Washington, like those are. I don't know how you can argue with this. Like I rattled those ones off, and he just like, he don't think so, and I'm like, okay, like sure,
all right.
But he also had a take that I let slide the first time because I didn't know him that well.
Uh-huh.
But then the second time he brought it up, I let him know like where I stood on it. He was talking about how he said I'm okay with any personality trait. Like I don't care if you're like gay, I don't care about any of what you got going on as long as you don't make that your personality. Like as long as that doesn't define you. And I let that shit slide the first time because first off, that wasn't the topic of conversation, and second off, I don't know this nigga that well.
Uh-huh.
And then he brought it up again, and he even said, he referenced back to the first time he said it, and I was like, yeah, I let you slide on that the first time, but I'm gonna disagree with that. And he was like, why? Like you can be a cool guy and that not be like you being black or you being gay doesn't have to be like your whole personality. I was like, that's easy for you to say because the things that make up who you are have always been okay.
Yeah.
Like,
it's that simple. Yeah.
You're a white straight guy. No one's ever hated that. Yep. Like that's been fine.
You can comfortably be you.
Yeah.
Anytime.
And if you're living in a situation where it is becoming more okay for you to be black, gay, or trans, put that shit in their face.
Flex it. Yeah. Flex it. Whenever you feel the need to, flex it.
Like,
and then some.
It's just not that's not the same. It doesn't sound right coming from you. Like, it doesn't sound right coming from you to say, yeah, don't make that your whole personality. It's like, bro, it wasn't allowed to be my personality until right now.
Yeah. And I think it has to happen to like someone they're close to, I guess, for them to see it. Because I said this before, is like they gotta be affected to actually like see the problem. Like I really think that for some, I know it's like it doesn't make it right, but I feel like that's the easiest way for them to get it.
It's definitely the easiest path for sure. It's definitely the easiest path, but like that also speaks to the fact that they don't really get close to black people.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right on that one.
Like, you're probably bro's only black friend.
Yeah, that wouldn't shock me at all.
And when I have these conversations with people, I'll bring up like, yeah, I'm going to a wedding, finally one that I'm not going to be the only black person at. And they'll be like, oh, wow, I invited black people to my wedding, but they didn't come. I was like, probably because I knew they was gonna be the only ones there.
Yeah. I know that room way too much, bro. Being the only black guy there. It was like, I just would rather not. Like, simply rather not.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like, this situation last week when I wasn't receiving the phone calls, like, it brought up so many points of our previous conversations. Cause I told him my first time going hunting. Like, I told him I was terrified.
Nervous as fuck, bro.
And he was like, why? I was like, bro, I'm going to the woods with a whole bunch of white people. I'm the only black dude here and I have no service. He was like, do you think I would be nervous in the hood by myself? I was like,
you are. I've seen you nervous with me.
I was like, well, one, you have a phone. You're going to have a phone. Like, you'll be okay. And I just don't think niggas is like how y'all get out in the woods. I just think it's different there. And
wait, but he's been nervous with you right next to him in the hood.
Right.
Oh, this is before that.
Yeah.
You had this conversation before he seen homie with the shiesty on.
Yeah. And
got you.
It didn't make sense to him why I would be nervous going hunting. Like, y'all just hunting. Bro, no. Like,
yeah, and you're just doing sighting.
This could have been the end of me here.
Yep.
Like, I couldn't have contacted no one.
Yep.
But and you're in the city. Like, you can call police whenever you need to. I'm not saying they come in a reasonable time, but you can call them niggas though.
And I think the tough thing for me in that type of situation, the tough thing for me, at least that I realize, is that there's really no way for them to sound enlightened. Because, like, if you tell me that, yeah, I was the only white person there and I felt like I belonged, I was like, yeah, like, yep. Yeah, you sound like a colonizer. Like, everywhere is meant for you.
Yeah. Now that you say it is tough to value their experience for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's so tough for me.
And that sucks, bro.
Like, because, like, don't get me wrong. It is like you getting nervous in the hood. All right, you're uncomfortable. This is a place you're normally not here. Like, I get that, but it still just doesn't, because I know how niggas, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, there's bad on both sides, and I don't accept that when it comes to mines and certain situations. It just goes in one ear out the other, and I can admit that.
And it sucks because I want to be empathetic across the board. Like, I just want to be empathetic to people. Uh-huh. We're all people. We're all trying to, get this shit as right as we can get it. But I have such a hard time being in these conversations as empathetic as I want to be, because they have Freddie Roach as their boxing coach, one of the greatest boxing coaches of all time. I don't know if you know him. Mm-mm. Freddie Roach as their boxing coach, teaching them how to bob and weave, but they also have life dipping out of their way at every point. So, like, you have these two things going for you, and it's like, you're asking people without knowing that I'm one of them or why I'm here. You're asking the people on the other side, like, damn, why you keep getting hit in the face so much? Like, you didn't learn how to bob and weave, bro. It's like, guy,
what they think the standard is not the standard for everyone.
Yeah, bro. And yeah, that brings up the next topic, which is the quicksand mentality in the hood.
That shit is so tough, man. It's so tough, bro.
But it's a guarantee, though. Like, it is what comes with the way that society has played out thus far. Like, when you've only had little, to expect to have more than little in any way more real than a dream is near impossible. It's like one of the most difficult things to do.
Yes, and then what also makes it difficult is you gotta, like, leave the niggas you was with, I guess. Only because not leave. You have to change your surroundings. You for sure have to change your surroundings with people who want out or see the problem. At least see the problem and want to change. Like, sometimes you just don't get that with your who you grew up with. You just don't get that. So it's like you got to leave them behind but still be in and out of their lives, if that makes sense. So it's like I think that's the toughest part right there. It's like leaving family to do better when all you want to do is be around family at that.
Do you think you have to? I don't know that that's a requirement.
Let me rephrase that. You have to be. I'm not saying this is like fact proven, but I do feel like you have to be surrounded by more people with the same common goal and how to get there than the ones back home who's not even on that.
But everyone has the common goal of more and better.
But we just
don't have a plan. But neither do you.
Right. Surround niggas with a plan. Like, who's making a progress towards it. Not doing the same thing that kept us here. You feel me?
I understand what you're saying.
So you got to surround yourself with niggas whose movement is changing the outcome. Sometimes we just been moving and ain't changing shit. It's just the only thing changes is time, bro. Like in the same situation, like you gotta leave. Something got to change, bro. Something definitely have to change. And I feel like the best scenario is like your scenery, bro. You gotta change your scenery. Now, you don't get me wrong. You can still do the same shit in a new place with new people, and at that point, you gotta see like you're gotta be the problem, right? Like it's not just like you got handed a short stick, bro. Like you're a part of the problem sometimes. Most of the time you're a part of the problem if you don't make the right decisions.
Yeah, for sure you're part of the problem. I just think that it's so complicated to get out of a spot like that. Like when the teachers that are tasked with showing you how to get it, how to make decisions, aren't good at it. Like, you making a good decision can only happen by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but our teacher was in better position some of the niggas we were surrounded by, though, right? Adults, I'm saying. You disagree?
Kinda.
Why? Like, I know some adults, I don't even think in my life I've seen them with a car. Not even pictures of them even owning a car.
Right.
Like,
those are your teachers, bro. Those are the people teaching you how to make decisions, bro.
I see what you're saying. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like literal teachers. Like
them too.
Like, but some of them was definitely better off than like our life teachers, I should say.
Sure. But like that's not everything.
Right. Yeah,
and even still, I don't feel nearly as connected to life-wise the literal high school teachers as I do the people that I see at home.
Right.
I know the people that I see at home situation. Teachers look like they getting it.
Yeah.
They don't even live in the community that they teach in.
Facts. And see, I feel like that goes to my point, though. You got to leave. Damn, it sounds nasty, but you got to leave that shit, though, bro.
I don't know that you do.
Why?
Because that perpetuates what the problem is. I think the mentality that leaving the situation is the only way to be successful will make that always be true. It'll make that always true. If none of the people who can teach you how to make better decisions are in Akron, Akron can't ever be better than Akron is.
Okay, valid point. But why make it harder on ourselves by staying and taking the tougher road?
The answer is very clear. Because it ain't just about you. If you can make that quicksand pit concrete.
Yeah.
Don't you feel some obligation to?
Yeah, that is definitely, you're right. That is definitely part of the problem. Leaving.
100%, bro.
But it's like,
and I ain't no better than nobody else, my nigga. Like I'm disconnected, but like still, man, I don't think that the answer is to be disconnected. I don't think that is the only way to become successful. That's not. I'm not successful because I disconnected. I accidentally found a way to success. I got lucky. And this is what we talked about before. Niggas got mad lucky, bro.
So you don't think you had anything different than your surroundings?
Yeah.
What?
Luck.
No. Outside of that. Outside of your job. Nothing was different, like in you.
Maybe, but I don't think so.
Why?
Why don't I think so?
Yeah. Like, were you doing the same thing your peers was doing?
No.
Did you ever have the want to?
Yeah.
Did you ever have that moment like, man, this is not it? Like,
nope.
See, no, I definitely had that. This ain't it. Like, there's got to be more than life than this shit, bro. Like, there has to be.
Well, we differ greatly in this particular aspect, me and you. Because I was in high school when I got lucky.
Yeah.
Like, I was amongst doing that shit when I got lucky.
Yeah. It wasn't the same for me. It was not the same for me.
You got to live as an adult doing the shit that ain't it.
Yeah.
I was an adult when I was told, like, my teacher came to me and told me, like, yo, man, you gotta, like, if you're gonna get this job, you gotta stop smoking weed.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to, what I was doing, I was going to school, not giving much of a fuck. Like, I'm a smart dude. I could have gotten straight A's the entire time I was in high school. But that shit didn't help with, like, socially, so I didn't give a fuck. So I stopped giving a fuck. I didn't think that I was going to have any path to success via school because I fucking hated school.
Mm-hmm.
So I just didn't give a fuck. I had a group of niggas that I wanted to smoke weed with after school every day and play the game, play basketball. That was it.
See,
that's all I was looking for.
Now, I did that. Besides this one, where I didn't get off into that.
You didn't get off into that shit.
But I hit a stage like, bro, like we getting older, bro. We can't just keep doing this shit. Like, there has to be more than life. These same niggas doing the same shit from leaving high school. Like, I can't just go outside and play basketball every fucking day. Like what is that getting me? Like, it's just like that shit gets old. Like, buying a bottle every Friday because it's the weekend. Like, bro, that shit gets old, man. Like, and it's like a cycle. Like, time just goes by. The holidays come up. Get somebody some gifts. It's the same thing. Like, you see the same faces. You see people grow older, and we all in the same situation, bro. And that shit's just weird to me. Like,
but this is what I was saying to you before, bro. Like, when you have the thing that makes tomorrow worth seeing, it's not easy for that to change.
Right.
Like, if the reason that you're getting up tomorrow is because you have so much fun getting that weekend bottle, seeing the niggas that you see, that's your community. Like, community is, that shit matters hard body. Like, that's one of the most important things to humankind, is that sense of community. That's why church is so good. That's why music is so good. When you have community, like, that gives you reason to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some people find community in ways that we don't like it.
Right.
Or some ways that we feel like we grew out of. But, like, when I had that very select few number of people to chill in my brother's garage and smoke weed with, that shit was fantastic. Like, I knew I had support. I knew I had people who were doing what I was doing, who had the same desires, and that shit made sense to me.
Yeah, but that's when we was kids, though. Like, then you grow up, you have problems now, like bills to pay, like, so it's not as fun. Like, you got to figure out something else. Like, I feel like when the fun stops and the responsibilities kick in, that's when you get tired of the shit, bro.
That doesn't happen for everybody.
That's hard for me to accept, bro.
Why? You can literally see it, though.
Yeah, no, but accept wasn't the right word. Empathize with. It's hard for me to empathize with that.
Does it make it any easier that you can see their teachers in that doing that same thing?
No, it makes it clearer for me. Like, there's got to be I feel like that has to be the problem. You have to see the problem though. Like, and then even explaining it, like, I just don't see how you don't see that as a problem.
Okay. There was a reason that I wrote the word quicksand instead of some other way to say it.
Yeah.
At a certain point, when you deal with the same problems that the generation before you and the generation before them and the generation before them dealt with, you no longer see it as worthy of fighting. Because in quicksand, the more you move, the more you sink.
Yeah.
So you might as well just get what you can out of life, which may not be much in your mind, but you might as well get what you can.
But you got to let them know it's more than that, though. It's more than
It's easy for you to say, nigga, you different.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like,
right,
from their perspective, it's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Because you got lucky in a way that I didn't get lucky. Which is facts. Which is just facts. That doesn't mean that I didn't make decisions that I shouldn't have. It doesn't mean that you didn't make decisions that you should have. But it means that you didn't get lucky in the same ways that I didn't get lucky in the same ways that you got lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I can see. I'm waist deep in some fucking quicksand right now, and you're laying concrete over there. Like, I don't know. I don't know shit.
Now, that's when I bring up who you're surrounding yourself with. Like, you surrounding yourself with other niggas in quicksand, of course it wouldn't make sense. What I'm saying sound like gibberish. Like, that makes sense. But if you surround yourself with niggas who build in concrete and you're the only one in quicksand, at some point you go get up out of there. I truly believe that shit. I truly believe it.
You want to sign me? You got to sign my brother. I'm just like Giannis.
Bruh.
You can't. I'm not open to being saved if it means abandoning the people that I know.
Is it abandonment if you go back?
Did you?
Halfway. I could be back way more than I am. I'm gonna say that. But I'm in and out.
We've only seen niggas that go halfway max. And if you see that and you judge it negatively, I don't want to be that.
I'm not in a position to go full back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not. I'm not in there. Like,
right.
And how quicksand works, bro? I just can't do that.
Right.
Like, not yet.
Yeah.
But I can give you the advice that I think helped me. At the bare minimum, I can do that.
Yeah.
So that I will always try to do that,
and that's understandable. And it's plenty. Like, that's plenty. It's just I wanted to give some of the perspective of the people who just aren't as fortunate as us.
Yeah. And then because we definitely deal with them, like, it's active in our lives and we see it all the time. But it's like, and when I see these people that I do, like, I can't talk about this with, I feel like it got to get annoying, right? Like, there's some shit, I think about this, like, often, honestly. Whenever I see my family, I think about this real often. Because it's like, this is generations of this shit, like, for real. Like, it's almost like black and white to me now. Like, I can see, like, where this all came from, and it's just like, damn, another one and another one. Just the cycle just continues in a circle, bro. It's just wicked.
It is. It got to the point where I almost don't talk about it anymore. Why? Because it feels like I'm flexing.
Yeah. Yep.
It feels
or
like
you're
I'm
better, or you're.
Yeah.
It gives off the vibes like I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yep.
Like, I want to get off the vibes. I understand, my nigga.
And I think one of the things that makes it, I think one of the most difficult things about it is that I am still so far from everyone on the side of things that I am now Does that make sense? Like I'm still so far from the people in my current surroundings.
The best way to put it is I am closer to the niggas I left than I am to the niggas y'all think I am.
Yeah.
And that's literally like the best way to put it. Because it's like I'm not like, bro, I'm an arm's reach away, bro. Like I still got miles to get to these niggas.
3 bad decisions maximum. 3 poor decisions between today and September. What is it? September 2nd of 2025. 3 poor decisions, and I got nothing again.
Yeah.
The thing that makes that difficult is that the people on this side of poverty think that I'm like them.
What you mean? You think it's like an act? They think you're acting or whatever?
No, they think that I'm like them. They think that I'm on this side of poverty fully. So like when we have those conversations that I was talking about earlier, they have them as if I have their perspective. And it reminds me of when certain allies of certain groups that don't look like allies of those groups are with antis of those groups, they'll be like, they thought that I was a safe space to come and be hateful because I look like, you know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like that because we'll be having conversations and I'm just like, no. Nope. I think I might have said this on the pod already, but one dude was telling me how marriage looks for him. Did I talk about this on the pod?
I don't think so.
And he was talking about how like I can't believe you don't have your finances merged with your wife's. Like, what if shit hits the fan? And I was like, brother, I have never known a shitless fan. Ever. Ever.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, man. Different strokes for different folks, and I'm sure there are benefits to merging your finances. I'm sure there are downsides to not merging your finances. This is just what works for us. This is what we've been doing since we've been together, and it works for us. But like, when we got together, we couldn't see the fan. There was so much shit. Like,
yeah,
I have not known in our relationship a shitless fan. So like, if shit is hitting the fan, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, that's another day of the week, bro. Yeah,
but they build like, and I'm not saying they as like the royal they, the people that I'm talking to, they build their life decisions on the fact that they have to protect what they have, and they have conversations with me as if like, right, you got to protect what you have. I'm like, I don't got shit. I don't have anything. I got nothing.
Yeah. Like it is survival, but it's also like getting out of there is like a lifestyle. It's like, that's the best way. It's legit. It's a battle with addiction. Like that's the best
100%.
way. That's the best way to put 100%. It. Like you can get out of it, but you have to still be mindful of that shit every single day.
Every fucking day.
Like that's it's a lifestyle, bro.
It really is.
Like it's just the decisions you make. You can't think about today.
Yep.
You got to think about wanting more. I ain't even wanting more, maintaining more, and being better.
Yep.
Like you continue to do that, I don't see how you fail.
I had a conversation with my doctor probably a couple years ago, and I told her that like it is so difficult to make good decisions when it comes to food. Like it's just so hard to do, and I wish I didn't have the propensity to make poor decisions when it comes to food. And she was like, well, the hardest thing about having a food addiction is the fact that you will always need to eat. She's like, you can't quit it cold turkey like you can with heroin. Like, you can just stop doing drugs.
Yeah.
You can just quit it. But you can't with food. Like, you have to have. Imagine being addicted to cocaine and being told, if you don't ever do cocaine again,
You die.
you'll die. You have to eat some cocaine. You have to snort some cocaine every day. You have to every day, or you'll die. The reason that I bring that up is because it genuinely is the same for poverty. To make it out of poverty, you still have to do some of the things that you do now. Like, you have to enjoy life, or else what the fuck is the point?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to learn a different way to enjoy life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put it in here. You got room to do it here, but don't go overboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely a fucking lifestyle. It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle.
Lifestyle changes
like,
for sure. The last thing that I wanted to talk about on this, wider topic was Mike Tyson was having, I think it was his podcast, and he was interviewing somebody else, and I'm guessing this dude was a fighter too. I can't remember which one of them said it, because I'm pretty sure I've only seen this clip like twice, but it hit me so fucking hard, bro. Pause.
Tyson didn't do that.
Brody said, he said, there are so many people who are amazed by how gentle I am because of what I do for a living, or what I've done
Tyson
for a living.
that.
Tyson?
Yeah.
And he said,
no one will ever know the violence it took to become this gentle.
Yeah.
Now, that's a bar regardless of whether you've ever dealt with anything.
Especially in who said it.
Who's saying it, sure. If it was Tyson that said it. I don't remember if it was Tyson.
I'm almost confident.
Okay.
I'm gonna bet on it.
Now, like I said, regardless of what you've been through, that's a bar. But having been through poverty and making it to a place where people talk to me as if I've never been poor.
Yeah.
In those conversations, it often feels like, it's like, damn, I never knew, like, you don't give off the never had shit vibes. Like, I even have people, and I'm not joking when I say on a weekly basis, tell me, Savon, you are always in such a good mood all the time. Like, this shit don't seem to bother you. And it's like, bro, if you knew the pain that it took, if you knew the shit that I had to deal with to get to where I am today, like, you will never know the struggle it took to be this content.
Yeah.
Like, you'll never fucking know.
Content. Like, not even saying you have much, like, just content.
I'm just happy that I don't have less.
Literally. Like, and it's so many, like, little things, like like, I don't want to say people take for granted, but don't realize how important that shit is. Like just this shit, I think, like, this is about to sound so weird, but like the grace period I know you have to pay your car note before it hits your credit. Like, some niggas don't even know what that is. Like, and I appreciate that shit so much. Like I'll never forget that shit, bro. I pay my shit weekly, and I still will never forget that shit, bro. Like, it's just little things like that just stuck with me, bro. Like, and then I'll be feeling bad. No, I don't really feel bad. It's like, open my eyes, because, like, I know some people who missed, like, a payment and they thought it was the end of the world. Like, their car was about to get I was like, no, you good. You got a few months. Like, you good, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, like, I just see, like, when it comes to this topic, like, I see it so differently than, like, my current peers now. It's like, it's just so weird, bro.
I remember when the year that I stopped living paycheck to paycheck, I said a sentence to my wife that kind of, like, changed the way that we looked at finances. I said, we get paid in 2 weeks, man. Like, worst case scenario, I get paid in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I knew I was touching some money when I don't calculate, like, my paycheck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not adding up no hours or none of that. It's gonna come and we going from there. Like,
Yeah.
and it's not like I'm sweating it. I used to, cause I don't want to say I tried to budget, but it was like, I know my check is gone, but where is it going to first?
Right.
It was more of that. But now it's like, okay, like it's coming. Like I ain't gonna be empty handed. I got everything I need.
Yeah.
Like I'm not missing out on shit.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
I've reverted.
Like,
I'm back to niggas got debts again, Brody. I have no money. I got nothing,
I get
bro.
you, bro.
I got nothing. It was funny too. I seen a video. It was probably TikTok. I seen a TikTok last week, and this lady was saying how she's the artsy sibling, and her sibling is balling, like make all the right decisions financially. And the sibling came to the artsy one and was like, what's your zero?
I seen that video too, bro.
And in my head, I was like, bitch, it's zero. Like, what are you talking about? It's zero.
Yeah.
If I have more than zero, I got more than zero.
Yeah. I don't want to, this about to sound so crazy. I don't want to get to a point where I change my zero, bro. Because I feel like I lost touch with reality if I do that, bro. Like, I'm touching too much money, bro.
Yeah. I hope you do.
Okay. I'm gonna take that back. I kind of changed my zero.
Yeah.
Now, do you know what my zero is?
Huh.
It's not a number. I just don't check. Whatever I need to do during the week, I know I can get it. But I don't check until like when I deposit a check or whatever. Only time I really check. That's like my zero. Like, I don't think I'm broke, but I act broke. I assume I'm broke and only get what I need. That's what I do.
I'm broke, bro. Like,
bro, I assume
zero is zero.
I assume the same thing. It's going to decline. Like, I'll do that. But I don't really, like, for gas, I know I have gas. I know if we want something, whatever we want to eat, we got it. So I changed my zero to not looking at my account every day.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So
that's beautiful. I still check it.
For daily?
Man, no, but only damn, here goes trauma. Only because I know it's not going to be good. Even though that's not necessarily true. Like, in my head, both of my accounts are
zero
negatives.
Well, if I check accounts because I'm paying the bill right now as we speak, like, that's when it gets checked. Make sure it comes out, like something like that. That's when I check it.
And I know it's not realistic. Like, I know I have enough for my bills, but the way that I pay bills, it just, like, I'm at risk, man.
Accidentally went negative this week. Then your next check, missing out a couple hundred because they charge you an overdraft fee and shit like that, bro. Nigga, I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know niggas who put their shit in the negative because they about to get their next check, bro.
I remember them days for sure.
Like,
I remember them days for
Don't
sure.
spot me days.
But yeah, that's what that quote from the Mike Tyson podcast, it runs in my head every time I'm having those kind, like, oh, what if shit hits the fan? It's like, you will never fucking know what it took for me to be sitting right next to you right now, bro. Like, I used to live at work, kind of. Like, I used to be there longer than I was at home, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah. The niggas don't see them days,
yeah,
bro.
Oh, so they changed this, and your response was just, I get paid for this. And it's like, I literally make a living off of this.
Yeah, some people don't see is that. So we can end on this. What's the best advice financially someone ever gave you?
Great question. Don't just pay your bills.
You want to go into that?
If you want to. So, growing up, this is kind of what I meant when I was saying, like, your teachers are giving you, like, the way that you make decisions is based on, like, your teachers, right?
Yep.
I was basically raised, if you paid your bills you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is basically like
maintaining. That's it.
Yes. That is basically, you are going to be able to not always be negative. You're going to be considered trustworthy to the predatory lenders.
Mm-hmm.
don't just pay your bills though. Like, if you have enough money to pay twice on that bill, do it. Like, the exact words from this man, shout out to the sensei, was live below your means so that you can live way above your means in the future. Like, when I say, my dad just asked me if did I go on vacation this year, and I said no. That wasn't even
in the budget.
That wasn't even possible, bro. Because I have a debt right now, and I pay it as if I am legit. I don't have money. Like, when I get paid, I have maximum $70 in my bank account after I pay my bills. Maximum. And I'm only leaving that there because I might have forgot about one of the bills that I paid.
I get that, bro.
So, like, I don't even know how much my car payment is. Genuinely. I have no idea how much it is, because whatever is left in my bank account after I pay everything else is going to my car payment. I don't know how much it is. Whatever is left in there, that's what they're getting every time I get paid.
They love you.
They hate me, actually.
Right.
I pay significantly less interest. Yeah.
So I think my advice would probably be know where your money is going. So it's like that's sometimes it's like your check be going so quick, and it's like, where did it go to? Like, what bills? Like, knowing where your money is going is like one of the first steps. Like, that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, then that's when you can start budgeting.
Yep.
And that shit is very important, bro.
Yep.
I didn't realize how important that shit was until I actually started putting it into effect, bro. Knowing where your shit is going, man. And then it's like, then you get your mind on the schedule of like, when is something is due. Like, when I say budget, like every check I take out money for when the bill is going to be due. Like, my phone bill would never be late, ever. It comes out weekly, but I just can't pay it weekly because it says 0. So when it's time to pay it, I have all the money. I could just pay it right there.
I don't think my phone bill will ever be on time.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Some things don't change, brother.
This nigga is a nigga for real.
Nah, for real, bro. For real.
Them
for
payment
real.
plans is legit, ain't they, man?
No, look, dog. I'm not gonna say it again, but y'all already know how I feel about the place that I'm paying for my phone. And I act like it.
Yeah, do not shout out to AT&T, man.
I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I didn't say that. I don't know who my phone bill is with. But I'm not gonna say. I don't go a month without paying it. But that due date is when. So basically, it goes like whatever the next time I get paid is. That's when they get paid. Like let's say I get paid the day before my bill is due.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's next time I get paid. That's next time I get. Nope.
Yeah, that make because they ain't gonna cut that bitch off. They're not. I get it.
Yeah, I almost said it. Yeah. No, fuck that.
It's like it's off half the time. He said they'll never get a check.
I don't think it'll ever be the same. I don't think it'll ever be on time, brother. But yeah, that's a good tip.
No, you a funny dude. You a nigga for real, man. For real. That's actually some dweeb shit. You pay that shit a lot of times. I'm a dweeb for that.
No, it's not.
No, that's dweeb shit. There's no repercussions of not paying on time. We definitely don't need to get. I really hate the idea that I pay for something I'll never own. Damn.
I fucking hate it.
I don't think about it like that.
I fucking hate, and I want to like it genuinely makes me feel like that. Damn. And it's not the same as something that I live in either, because I feel the same way about rent. But like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Be homeless? Like, they said it's an extra hundo every time you miss a day, every day. So if that shit's due on the 5th and you pay on the 6th, it's $100 more expensive. You pay on the 7th, it's $200 more expensive. You know what, bruh? I'm gonna get you as soon as I got the money for it.
It's
you feel me?
The world we live in.
But when it comes to a cell phone, it's like, hey man, I barely could use my phone when I get. Damn, yeah. No, I'm not gonna say it because I did just admit that I don't pay them on time. But yeah, no, that's a fantastic tip, bro.
Thank you.
How quickly were you able to put that in action, though?
I had to accept some bills just not get paid until I get like on track with what's important, I should say. Like bills that just didn't matter, like insurance. But don't listen to me. But yeah, once I got that on track, it was like, okay, now I see what I can afford and this and that. So I give about 2 months. It took me. Like, yeah.
I think you swung to the other side of the
Why you say that?
of the spectrum too.
You think so?
Oh yeah, big time.
Why?
Because spending $4 now is like crazy to you.
No, listen, I just don't want to though. Like that's the poverty in me speaking.
No, it's not.
What is it?
It's the opposite.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No.
No, Darian, bro. Before, when poverty was your reality, you were $4
It's
is
$4, right?
$4 is $4,
and that was the problem.
But now you're like
$4 that up,
you're like, how much is these M&Ms? We got M&Ms at home,
bro. That's part of the solution, I should say.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, you swung all the way over there.
Nah, look, I'm standing on that.
Brody got bandies in the he got whole bandies in the bank account, basically like
don't listen to him.
Sorry, baby.
No.
You want the princess notebook? Well, a plain one costs $2.
Yeah, I do try not to let that affect my little one though. But that shit eats me alive though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause you really see like these prices really be sold to kids. Like it ain't even really for the adults. Like it's to cater to these little niggas, man. Like knowing to do the same shit be double the price. It's just wicked. Fucking wicked, bro. It's an evil world, bro.
And it works.
Yeah, it does, man.
And it works.
They get their money.
That's why they are you'll never know what it took. Let us know what y'all think about silent racism. Let us know what you think about the quicksand mentality in the hood, and let us know what you think about the violence that it took to be this gentle. Let us know at the overly opinionated pod at gmail.com. No, fuck. What is it? Let us know at the overly opinionated pod on Instagram, at the OO Pod Boys on Twitter, or the overly opinionated pod at gmail.com. For the geezers, follow us on TikTok. See y'all next week.